Welcome to another Heartful Pet Portrait. In a deviation from my standard indoor process, I guess you could say, I created this pet portrait mostly outside. You will notice the light starts changing at various points throughout the video, and that is just nature. And I felt like leaving it in instead of trying to completely standardize the appearance. You can see how I actually work. And the way that I most prefer to work, honestly, is not sitting down all in one sitting, the way I record these videos, which is why I don't record videos of all of my artwork. The way that I normally like to create is to do a little bit here, a little bit there, to move from, the living room to outside to maybe when I go to town. And, it's really a intuitive, flowing process. So it's not as structured as these videos make it look. I don't usually just sit down and, position the animal on the page and then do the inking and then do the watercoloring and then do the re-inking and then do the gouache and then add any extra features. Like I mentioned, usually I am hopping around and I fit these into various points of my day or multiple days. And it's that way with my intuitive work too. So my abstract pieces, if you haven't seen those, you can go to magicwithmelly.com and look under original art, and you'll find a bunch of stuff that I've done. Or my Instagram account, I am at magicwithmelly on Instagram. You can see a variety of work that I've done. And I don't really have any time lapses. I have maybe, a couple, maybe a handful, less than 10 probably, over the last few years of my intuitive pieces being created. Because I don't do them all in one setting, and it's honestly a pain in the you-know-what to have to keep something up and keep a camera positioned and then save all the clips until it's finally done and yada, yada, yada. So when I do intend to video, like I am for this particular pet portrait, I do make sure that I have enough time that I can kind of get it all done all in one go. Sometimes, I take a little break in between if I need to go pick up my son or let the dogs out or something. But for the most part, when I am intending to post a video, I have to know beforehand and I have to kind of set it up. And I used to offer these videos as part of my, what I call the Heartful Pet Portrait Experience, so that every pet portrait that was requested and purchased would come with a video, and I would set it to music, and so I wouldn't be doing a voiceover like I am now. And that was just a part of the experience. But then I found that people wanted to pay for just the artwork. They didn't want to pay for that extra. I guess I was attracting bargain shoppers who wanted, as much as possible for as little as possible. And because it does take time to set up the video and then to, I don't do extensive editing, but to do the editing that I do and then to save the file, to export it and then to upload it, etc. I don't offer it. So it's just kind of as I feel, as I feel like creating a new time lapse, I will do one. But it's not part of the included experience, although I'm always happy for people to request it and to definitely create something, with a musical track, etc., some kind of stock musical track for them if they would like to add that on to the portrait itself. So I've already done the initial inking, and then the watercoloring with the handmade Wild Thorn watercolors. Kim Gish of California makes Wild Thorn watercolors. And then I do find that I need to, because of their mineral content, I do need to go back over the ink again with a brush pen. And this is the final portrait. I've already added the gouache background, and I've also added some colored pencil accents. And that was a blast.